initial inspection of a Super Reverb back edition. So first off, you notice this knob. It's probably a master volume or some kind of preamp volume. You would assume that a master volume would be over on this side near the power section, like either before or after the phase inverter. But this could also be like a pre-phase inverter volume that's like on just one of the preamps, or it could be, who knows what it is. It could be a mid control or something like that. So then I'm looking at the tubes. So you got these new these groove tubes in here. I always have a lot of problems with groove tubes, but I'll check them just like I check every tube. If they're good, I'll leave them. If they're not, I'll take them out. Looks like original, probably 5U4 rectifier tube. And then look at all the preamp tubes, pop all the shields off, and make sure that the tubes are 12AX7s where there should be 12AX7s and T7s where there should be T7s, and move on. I imagine that this is a gain stage, and I imagine that this is some kind of volume for that extra gain stage. And being that it's on this side of the amp, I would think that it was for that first channel. So I'm interested to see what it sounds like. It kind of looks like it's a mess, and it is a little bit of a mess, but we'll see what the customer thinks after I get it all working and fixed up and everything. If this introduces a bunch of noise and crazy issues, then obviously let's take it out. But if it sounds okay, let's just straighten everything out and leave it. All depends on what the customer is trying to get out of the amp. A little dirty, and there's spots of like whatever all over this, but I can clean all of that up. These later era fenders are a little bit more of a mess inside, but not that big of a deal to check out. Of course, the last thing you look at is the cap can. So here's a cap can. Here's that someone installed another gain stage, and then here's the cap can. Someone replaced a couple of the capacitors. That one's original. I believe this and this are replacements, but they're all going to get replaced. Everything looks good in here though. Resistors don't look too burnt or anything like that. So yeah, that's the last thing. Everything else looks pretty clean. It's like a wart. Hopefully it sounds good.